Greetings, friends. Pastor Will here, and welcome to episode 47 of the Emmanuel Forum for the third week after Epiphany, beginning January 26th, 2025. This week we are recapping our annual meeting, discussing the budget and ministry initiatives in the year ahead, as well as explaining the new constitutional structure for our committees and how you can play a role in the future leadership of Emmanuel Lutheran Church. Let's talk about some highlights of the annual meeting. The budget was approved for this year, 2025, with an increase of $101,813, which is an approximate increase of 10%. We are meeting the need for this increase this year through our annual appeal, which is called Open Hearts, Open Hands. And this culminates this weekend, January 25th and 26th, with our commitment weekend, where we'll be turning in our commitment cards. This year's ministry initiatives for Open Hearts and Open Hands will focus on spiritual care of both the congregation and our surrounding community. The arts at Emmanuel, using our newly renovated and restored sanctuary and campus as a means to attract creative ways to express the gospel and fellowship in community, as well as our general operations, which continue to increase based on the demands of the population. Also at the annual meeting, chapters 12 and 13 of our Constitution were voted on. Those were redesigned over the summer in conjunction with the Executive Committee. Redesigned for the Church Council and certain committees to focus on the long-term mission and vision of Emmanuel. And then for the church staff and those other committees to focus on achieving that mission and vision through day-to-day ministries. What does this mean? Well, it means that committee chairs are no longer yoked to council seats, thus reducing the size of the council from 15 to 7, which consists of 4 officers, 2 at-large members, and the pastor. Committees were then placed under the church council, or what's called the office of the pastor, which consists of the staff and their respective committees, again, doing the day-to-day ministry of the church. And so the committees were divided, with the executive, stewardship, finance, and property committees remaining under the council's authority, as well as the human resources and campus planning teams. The nominating committee, whose seats are elected by the congregation, will work in council with the church council, will work in concert with the church council, to identify potential new members of the council and to work on leadership development. The worship and music, education and evangelism, fellowship, youth and family, and outreach committees will now fall under the office of the pastor, as they are committees that generally do the day-to-day ministry of the church. Additionally, congregational groups such as Women of the ELCA will also be a part of the office of the pastor. The president of WELCA is invited to every church council meeting, and that's important to note. And there is a new team, the Arts at Emmanuel, which has been formed and will be led by our 2 at-large council members in conjunction with the pastor. As a part of our Open Hearts, Open Hands appeal for 2025, you are invited to come and participate in a showcase of service and ministries, which will be on February 1st and 2nd in Emmanuel's Fellowship Hall, that lays out all of these committees and teams and the programs and ministries that they offer to our congregation and the Venice community. 2024 was a year of transition for the ministry of Emmanuel, especially in terms of our committee leadership. We give thanks to Ellie and Kathy, Brent and Dawn for their leading of the worship and music, education, youth and family, and stewardship committees, respectively. This year now presents us with an opportunity to grow in leadership with these committees. And so if you are interested in working with the office of the pastor in any of these areas, please reach out to the office and make an appointment. Paul writes in his first letter to the churches in Corinth, "For just as the body is one and has many members, and all the members of the body, though many, are one body, so it is with Christ. But strive for the greater gifts, and I will show you a still more excellent way." On behalf of the people of Emmanuel, thank you for your commitment to this congregation in all ways. You are a vital member of the body of Christ. Thank you for saying yes to God and to doing the good work of God with the people of Emmanuel. May God bless you, and remember, Emmanuel, God is with you.